Welcome, Japan.
Welcome to
Ooh.
another edition of Welcome Japan. I'm your host, Mr. Radbury, where I talk to creatives and they're about. I'm trying to change up my freaking lingo with this show and I can't do it. I talk to creatives about their craft and how it relates to Japan. I knew I was going to trip over my words one of these days. And today on my show is Japandy Jones. Well, or at least that's
Hello.
the handle you go by nowadays, right?
Hi, sold this.
Wait, was that
Japandy Jones.
I interviewed you like what, 2 years ago?
Maybe a year ago? Something like that. Maybe somewhere around there. Yeah.
It
That
feels
was
like two
Jones.
years at some point.
Maybe. I
That's
don't know
back
if
when
I
you were with
remember.
Tokyo Creative.
Yeah. So
Or
it was
unless,
Jones.
are you still at Tokyo Creative?
Yeah. Still there. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. They still exist, huh? Well, I know
Yeah.
Okano Sensei
Wow.
moved to Korea and then just kind of disappeared. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
He's
Um,
not with the company, but yeah.
yeah, this is my third time streaming on Twitch. I'm a new to the Twitch platform. Um, as Jones famously called YouTube BoomerTube. I think where
Hi.
everybody's moving over to here.
Yeah.
Because this is
It's
where all the amateurs are at. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call you an amateur, but I'm definitely an amateur. I definitely put myself
yeah.
in that
Well, I'm
grouping.
still learning the culture. This Twitch culture is a whole new world. Whole new world.
Yeah, talk
Still
about
learning.
that. What do you mean by that? It's like a whole new world.
Uh, I still learn every day of the lore of when it started. I don't know, 7 years ago, something like that. It used to be Justin TV, and then all of the first people there. I guess the
Yeah,
archetypes of Twitch, and the jokes, the memes that came along with it, the history of, I guess, the stories that happen when there's a lot more lax with TOS, uh, very first creatives, and all of the I guess good and bad that came along with it. Still learning, and yeah, it's been very interesting learning along the way.
what made you
But
make
yeah,
the transition from from YouTube to Twitch? Because like YouTube was where it was at for like I don't know 5 years ago.
yeah. They even say don't even start unless you started 6, 10 years ago or something, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually probably because of Tokyo Creative and they had Jake and Bake on board, right? And they still do, I
Oh,
think.
right. He's still on
And I was
there.
like, what?
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this? What's this Jake and Bake? What's this live thing? I was like, holy, like he's just walking through Japan. It's great. Live through him. I'm stuck in the Midwest, hating my life, and it was just amazing how clear, beautiful all of it was.
Yeah.
And uh, then I started delving into it more, and I'm like, I'm kind of a little nuts, you know. Then I found some other creators painting their faces, cracking eggs on their head, drinking their face off till they pass out. Sometimes ending up naked, getting banned. Um,
Nice. Well, I
finding a
mean,
lot
well,
of
not getting banned, but
degeneracy. Yeah. Finding a lot of degeneracy, and then finding was it Sushi Dragon? All the creativity he did with green screen. I was like, I'm done. I'm sold. This is just amazing. And then editing with YouTube isn't an absolute nightmare.
yeah, I can agree with you there.
Yeah,
Um,
the return value for all the hours put in is very low for the most part,
yeah, it's like you make
especially if you're
something really
starting.
beautiful, like you spend a lot of work on it, and then nobody watches it.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah.
have some like cool ass fucking thumbnail or some cool title, but otherwise
Or
nobody's gonna watch it.
you're with like an agency or something, they pay for it, or like you're like, oh well, this person blew up 2 years ago, like out of how many creators? Like what, really? Saturation's ridiculous. And I was like, you just go live, and then you get to join other people's shows constantly. And the collaboration's way different because YouTube, for the most part, it's got to be IRL, but then there's collaborating here and there. But I don't know, the community of Twitch is just unbelievable, unreal,
Yeah,
and
no,
then
it seems like that's where you need to be, that or like TikTok or something.
yeah. But like the rating and hosting thing is quite community building, right?
Yeah,
Um, and then it's just like viewers get sent to you, you send viewers to them, all your friends back and forth.
hmm
And then also there's so many people that hang out after streams. I don't know if you know about all this, but in Discords, there might be like 10, 20 people hanging out just talking, or offline like this. It could
right.
be a room with 40 people just hanging out. It feels way different than YouTube. in that sense
Huh.
of community. So I like that a whole lot of.
It's
That kind
like,
of started that way.
well, I often say on this show, it's kind of like the equivalency of like hanging out in a bar, kind of with
Hmm.
randos, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It
People have
does
been liking this during all the quarantine.
really. I mean,
Yeah,
man,
there's been a lot of
I
hangouts.
was, I go by to your Twitch page. I'm like, holy shit, Japandy Jones is killing it. He's got over 100
Yeah,
people watching right now.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
I
Just
mean,
being an idiot.
well, I guess like a lot of those people came from like other followers of other people, right?
Sure, might have been that way, or some of it's discovery page, or it's just you never know. And
Huh?
like
It's just
discovery page, way different on Twitch than YouTube.
kind of like a
That's for
happy accident, huh?
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that, lot less people. Even though there's like 3 million people, and for the most part, it's like average. Most people get under 10 viewers, and it could be tough too. But it's just you find your kind of group of people, and then everyone hangs out, supports each other, goes back and forth. And then like I actually started also maybe so I checked out Jacob. I thought it was amazing. Then all the degenerates and all that. But then I was such a weirdo in people's chats. I thought
Okay.
it was really funny, I guess, the way I was typing and saying things. Then they told me to join offline and hang out.
All right.
And then they're kind of like, why don't you just start streaming? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'll just sit around and rant for a couple hours.
And people
So
love the
also,
shit out of it, huh?
yeah, I guess just my
So just
idiocy
kind
in
of a
the
happy
chat.
accident, really, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I was just checking it out for
Huh.
research for some other behind the scenes things. And then, yeah, just kept going with it. It was a lot of learning curve, but it's been great. But yeah, it's like you can also be creative in the chat itself.
Huh.
And I have a few creative people in my chat that everyone looks forward to seeing. It's pretty strange in that sense too.
Oh,
So yeah,
really?
a lot of ways you can be green lighted in, or what do you say? What do they call that? I don't know. I can't even think of the word, but yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
So wait a minute. You said it was a bit of a learning curve. Why do you call it a learning curve?
I don't have the best internet when I started.
Oh, okay. So one of that kind of this technical shit, like what we were dealing with a few minutes ago, is what you're saying.
Yeah, OBS. You need
Okay.
two screens, connections, the green screen stuff with all that going on,
Yeah.
and customization, start screens, music, what's okay, what's not, VODs, clips.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a
wild.
lot. It's a lot to keep up with. Makes you feel like an old
Yeah,
man, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. It's can be interesting, but it's been cool. It's such a creative outlet. Such a creative outlet. I love it.
Yeah, it gives you, I mean, to sound petty, but it gives you a way better dopamine hit than probably YouTube does.
We have the instant gratification, right? YouTube, you're begging, please
Yeah.
comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, and then you just have chat that's already giving you comments the whole time. It's great, and then they
Yeah.
react off of
Please,
them.
please subscribe, please, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the old YouTube way. Yeah, hit the
It's
bell,
like
notification bell,
hit the
and
bell. I have a Patreon. I
yeah,
like money.
Patreon,
I can
OnlyFans,
take your
all
money,
that.
please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
no. Now today it's just kind of like it seems like there's a big tipping culture here on Twitch as well.
hmm yeah,
And
very supportive.
have you been
Can be
doing pretty well recently because of in Japan and doing all the? Because I mean,
yeah,
it's
been doing
I
well.
saw one Instagram story you shared where
Hmm.
you went into some kombini and it was just completely barren and there was nothing in there. That was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's been weird. It's been weird. It's not the
Yeah.
most prime time to be streaming, but I had the idea in my head since December I was gonna come. I questioned it. I questioned it. Then I saw like might be tough to get in. And then a couple days before, I just said I'm buying the ticket. I don't care.
Right.
Got
Right.
here in time, and then you know how Tokyo is. There's creative, strange cafes all over the place, events,
Yeah.
festivals, drunk people everywhere to interact with. Little tough right now to stream. Real tough, I would say.
Why do you
But
say
it's
it's
been
really tough?
because a lot of it is showing people
That's
all of
true.
the
Yeah.
idiosyncratic, esoteric things here.
Well, I'm pretty
Been
sure
tough,
people.
but
Sorry to interrupt. I should
oh, no
stop
problem.
that. It's just like when you hear one interesting thing like somebody says, you kind of like want to go with it. But yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Oh, after you, after you.
No, I mean, like, I think what a lot of people do want to see is they want to see Tokyo, the way Tokyo is reacting to this whole coronavirus shit. So, am I not allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say the C word? I mean, I was over on Milky Puff's stream, and she was saying, like, don't say that word. Don't say it.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not sure
Yeah.
why. Maybe, like, they dox you or something, or they put you in the waiting room, or...
No. There's a lot of people that try to engage you in the talk with that, like, why are you outside? Blah blah blah. Where's your mask? Blah blah. Blah. Everything you touch, you sniff air and you're gonna get it, or you touch a can of pop and you're gonna get it, and it's absolutely everywhere. The entire world's covered with it. Um,
Right.
that
But we
type of
have
thing.
brave men and women like you who are streaming this.
Yeah, or idiots. I don't know, but yeah, sure. But yeah, I think it's also escapism that we need. A lot of people are sitting around getting restless, depressed, and all that. I like to get them out. What else am I gonna do? It's actually my job now, so I have to in a way. Um,
Wait. What? It's your job now?
yeah. I gave up everything.
Huh? For being a streamer?
Yeah, it started back in fall when I was drunk on a podcast, and someone challenged me to move in with him.
Wait, which podcast? I got to see this.
Well, the VOD's gone, but he
Oh, it's
has
gone. Okay. Wait, help me out here. For people who are like Twitch illiterate, what's a VOD again?
video on demand,
Video
usually
on
up for
demand. Oh,
2 weeks.
is that like the video that after you record the stream, then it makes a video later? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
it's up for like usually 2 weeks is the standard, and then it goes away.
Oh, okay. So it's gone. Huh.
Yeah,
So it's like Snapchat, but a week.
yeah, yep.
Okay. Hmm. Do you use Snapchat? Because I don't even touch that thing.
Not really. No, I should. What up,
Get a
Mayday?
premium Snapchat account. Start an
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
just for my foot pics, maybe. Yeah.
Just for your feet pics.
I have good feet too. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I know there's like a couple of good feet websites out there for like celebrities.
Yeah.
Um, huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
what is I mean, I'm not really much of a foot person. What is the obsession with feet? Can
I've
you
asked
explain
around.
it to me?
I don't get it. I think they're nasty.
All right.
Um, but maybe it's just a forbidden thing, and it's like the reveal, right? Your hands are always exposed. Maybe it's the revealing of it,
Okay.
possibly. I'd
So
have
it's
to
kind of
ask
like
some experts. Forbidden zone, maybe something like that.
breasts in a way. Like everyone wants to
Yeah,
see
yeah, but you even
breasts.
see
Okay.
them more so, right? You even see them more so in public. Feet,
Well,
Crocs a little bit, and then sandal season, okay, different, but all winter, you don't see them for 5, 6 months. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that.
hmm.
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Oh, Mayday-san's in the chat. Hey, Mayday-san, thanks for joining.
Hi.
You a big fan of his TikToks?
Feet nasty, huh?
You do know Nick Mayday-san? Former guest on the
Huh.
show?
Yeah, Mayday-san. Yoko so.
I take it you don't know him.
Uh-uh.
No? Oh man, you're missing out. I mean, like he's like such
Oh, he's a streamer, huh?
yeah, he's a streamer. He streams games, but yeah,
Okay.
where is that is like you got to see his sketches because like he had a very
Okay.
good when he interviewed on this show, or I interviewed him on this show, he was talking a lot about how the fucked up thing about the internet is that like what we were just talking about earlier with YouTube, that you work really hard on one video and then nobody watches it, but then you
Yeah,
make like
yeah.
one TikTok that took like about what 3 minutes to make, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
That's fucking life. So
Everyone tells me to get it and do this and that, but then like
yeah.
most people are like, yeah, I might be big on TikTok, but it's done nothing for my life. I'm like, I don't know. What are you
Well,
supposed to
they
do?
have there are sponsorships for TikTok people,
Okay.
so it's not like it's a dead end. And I mean, probably with this whole coronavirus thing going around, uh, I don't think any things are going to change anytime soon. So probably a lot of things will be moving online. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm freaking teaching my classes online. I mean, right as soon as I'm done with this interview, that's what I'm gonna
Mm.
do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you like it? Or are you getting a little restless?
Um, what? Being inside all the time?
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't know. I'm pretty much a homebody already, so
Okay.
it doesn't bother me too much. I mean,
But
there
is
are
it
certain
causing
things.
a little contention with wifey? You know, you got no space. Or is it,
Well, yeah, well, no. I mean, I'm always around her all the time, and I mean, when you're
mm,
roommates with someone in Japan, it's like you get to really know them, like really, like
yeah,
uncomfortable levels get to know them.
yeah, real
Uh,
close, small quarters. Yeah, yeah.
um, no, I mean, one thing that's been kind of annoying is I'd rather have IRL guests, like one sitting
Mm,
right next to me, because it feels like more of
yeah,
a real conversation other than
sure,
me just
sure.
talking to a computer screen. So I've been a little frustrated. I don't know if you noticed, but I've changed the setup a lot, and now it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
set up to where I can have more guests and everything. I could probably have up to four at this point, but
Ah, sold this.
um, the girlfriend's like, no, you can't have people over here, because I mean she's from China and she's really kind of freaked out about the whole thing.
Sure,
Um,
sure. And like classic Paragon said, so you could have them close, hear their farts, and smell them.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's right. Hey,
yeah.
somebody, I hear that's the bells. The bells of, oh, shit, I don't have that set up. Who sent me something? God
Oops.
damn it,
What up,
sent me something in the
Goolsby?
chat. What's up? I don't have the alert set up on this page, the screen cap.
Oops. Yeah, this is a noob right here. Noob right here. What up,
Yeah, it is a
Goolsby?
noob. God damn it, another one sent. I gotta send it up. Hold on.
Oops.
Yeah, oops indeed. Oh,
You
I
can
can't do that.
customize all of it, get all excited with a certain sound, certain
Yeah,
picture, everything.
those are the Twitch sounds.
Goolsby's follow. Okay.
Shit, what was it? Media source? That's the one you have to put on, right? I can't remember.
No, alert box. Alert
Oh,
box.
alert box. That's it. Well, alert box is in. That's in media source, right? Shit. I
Sure.
probably should have do this
You just
midstream.
shout them out. If you see, you just shout them out. That's all.
All right, okay. If I see them in the, what is it? Oh hey Tracy, LOL.
Come pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, good guy
Anybody
win,
who's,
baby.
yeah. I don't want to
Sp-
interrupt the stream. It just looks
Japandy
weird.
spreading the scuff. Good guy win knows. All I do is scuff. It's infecting you. It's infecting you.
Is it? All right. Well, you've been wearing like a bunch of masks. You had like the
Yeah,
3M
yeah.
mask, and
hmm hmm
like how often do you only wear the mask when you go outside?
Train if it's a little bit more crowded, but I do the goggles too. I think I'm more protected than most people.
Huh.
And I got the ski goggles. It's like sucks right to your eye socket. Perfect.
Right. Well, I like how everybody's making it into like a fashion statement where they're like making pretty designs on their masks and
hmm
everything.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
becoming a thing.
They have to. Way of life. I don't know if it's really normal in the US yet, but they feel awkward about it there. It's just a normal thing here.
Well, I
Maybe it's
just
been a good thing.
retweeted one of my friends who I interviewed on the show, ALT Insider James. He made this post that said something like 2020. Shit, what did it say? Hold on, to go find it. Um, oh, before 2020, do Asians wear masks? Early 2020, masks are ineffective. April 2020, if you don't wear a mask, you should be arrested.
True, true. What was the saying? Like, oh, you wear it for 20 minutes, then it's ineffective. What's the point of it? Blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, yes, better have it, or you're going to kill everyone, spread everything, touch anything. God, I've heard some dumb
Yeah.
stuff in my chat. I'll tell you that.
Look what you've done,
Yeah, yeah.
Japandy. It's all your fault. No, yeah, actually, what is my grandpa can't even leave his house because he's at like a resting home or a nursing home. What do you call it?
Yeah.
And they say you can't leave your room unless you have a mask. Of course, he doesn't have a
Ah,
mask.
okay. Yeah,
America,
yeah.
the U.S. is not a mask culture unless
Nope,
it's like a
nope.
superhero mask. You fight crime.
Yeah, yeah. It's been interesting. It's been interesting, some of the comments, but for the most part, it's very supportive and thankful, actually.
Yeah?
Living through me, as some would say. Yeah. It's been
Huh.
cool. It's been great. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: like, what things have you noticed really work on Twitch, like as a stream? Just like showing people shit, like going to places, eating. It seems like what
I mean, I
everybody does,
wasn't
like the
doing that
mukbang
before.
stuff. Okay.
I would say game shows if you can set it up right.
Game
Um,
shows. Huh.
yeah, yeah.
I had to
For the
go
most
back and
part,
watch
I
some of
do
those.
podcasts and game shows. I had Virgin Matchmaking, eWaifu, food eating contest, interviews as well.
That's what. You had that ASMR one I stuck around for a while.
Yeah, that was a weird
Yeah, that
thing.
was a weird one.
Weird one.
I like that
Uh,
though.
Yeah, cooking shows. That was my old roommate there, old roommate streamer house.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, getting creative with that. But when it comes to I guess IRL streaming, I would say interacting with people, acting a little wild, drinking 9%ers. They always want to see interacting with ladies and strange drunk men. And an old man the other day. A
Hmm.
lot of people like that I never want to see ever again.
Huh.
Um,
So they like the spontaneity of it, kind of.
yeah, just that's what I'm saying. It's kind of been tough, right? Because usually the streets are packed.
Right,
Every single
right.
night, there's salarymen hammered out of their minds. They're
Yeah.
gone. So this is my lowest tier, but I'm still making the best of it. But once everything comes back, I'm gonna be in the depth of it, the thick and the density of the people, and yeah, showing the strangest of the strangest. Usually, what up, Tikio? I was very aroused by this. Okay, Tikio. Some old man was trying to arouse me the other day when he tried to fish hook my ass, and people
How did it feel?
felt like seeing my uncle again. That's okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tikyo
yeah, it's
Sam
strange.
asks, "Where are the naked people on the stream?" Um,
Yeah, that's
well, this is
Chatterbait.
RedTube, so
Yeah. Premium is free now on the hub as well.
that is
Don't
true.
forget.
That is true.
Do you
Why
want to
is
see that though? I don't want to see that everyone's little like um bumps and all that in HD, all the razor burn and all that. I don't want to see the razor burn in
you
HD.
want to see the razor burn and the bumps and the
No.
pimples and the gonorrhea and all that stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to skip on that. It's
Yeah.
interesting though. Some people love it.
Some people like that. Well, it puts you more in the moment, right?
Yeah, pimple popping, genital wart popping, I don't know.
Yeah. It
Strange stuff.
takes me out of it. I want everything in like luscious, filtered, a luscious filter. Like what's one of those filter? Like moon filter.
Yeah, there's all those or just give me 144p, please.
Yeah,
Uh
that always works. Um,
yeah.
so wait a minute. You've been. When did you actually know, like, hey man, I got something here? When did you that moment when you realized, wow, I this is Twitch thing's really freaking working? Like, what do you think
Um
was the I guess breaking point?
It's been a few, I guess. It's been a roller coaster, though, right? So I went on this show, Raj Patel, which is a huge show.
Okay,
I guess a
Raj
launching
Patel.
point for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the biggest, I guess, game show or podcast or whatever on just chatting.
Okay.
And I couldn't maximize it because after I went on, the producer said, "Quit your job, blah blah blah, awesome, blah blah blah," right? And then I was
Wow.
like, I can't even stream because my cousins from Japan are visiting for the first time in 10 years and some of them first time ever. And they took over my apartment.
Yeah.
And like, you got to stream. I streamed like 5 hours the rest of that month. It was stupid. And like, right after the stream, I had like 250 people waiting in my chat ready for me to stream.
Okay.
And it's like, well, and of course my internet screwed up and it took forever. And then I couldn't stream that month. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I started doing this show, the C Waifu. I've been doing D Waifu for a while, but after that show, and then I guess there's an interactive element where you can pay to come on and cuck me and kick me
Oh.
out, one-on-one dates with people, and then people
Okay.
come on, right? And then a lot of people started coming on. $6.90 to come on and cuck, and then people started kicking them off, and then bringing them back on, and back and forth, and then there's quite a bit of money being made with that game show. And then it was doing pretty well. Then the guy who put me on the Roz show, he's a producer. He runs a podcast recruiting for the show. We got drunk one night on his podcast, and he challenged me to come over to his house and drop my jobs. And then we kept egging each other on, saying, "Watch me, I'm gonna show up." And he's like, "No, you won't. No, you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't." Freaking out, right? And I was like, "Just no, watch. I guarantee you, I'm not scared of nothing, right?" He really didn't think I was going to, but he left the door open the next day. He wasn't even home. I show up. There's Papa John's boxes all over the place, empty White Claws, dip spit cans everywhere.
Okay.
And I hit him up. I'm like, "Where you at?" He's like, "Oh shit, you actually showed up." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's make it happen." And yeah, that's kind of the lore. Then we started Streamer House. Did a whole bunch of wild stuff in there. The shows started picking up even more. I started streaming more finally, more of a full time thing, even though I still didn't stream enough. I still don't stream enough now because of technical difficulties. But we did some wild stuff in there. Then another streamer got challenged to move in. Then he moved in. He's still there. And that's kind of how the lore went. And really started taking it more serious. And then I started doing some behind the scenes stuff too for other people's shows, helping out others. And then here we are in Japan, IRL streaming with a backpack that costs more than my life, and it works half the time.
Huh. Well, let me ask
And
you this. So, like, how did you find some of these people? They're just like people you just randomly found on Twitch or friends you knew?
I would say so. I would be kind of a psycho going on rants by myself, and then I got found by recruiters for another show. Actually, okay, second show I ever did. Just sitting there ranting. Someone said, "Hey, you should go on Raj Patel." It was just a viewer, Sarah, the viewer, actually, from Australia, one of my first viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And I started checking that out. I'm like, whoa, that's really interesting. I love dating shows. I love reality dating shows. I was finally starting to be ready to date myself. I said, this is kind of fun and interesting. Then I started checking that show out, watching that, and a bunch of recommended shows. Then a recruiter found me for the Saga Gather show. It's a game show where you win people over with your personality. There's judges, and they're big judges, big streamers.
Yeah.
And I started competing in that, did really well. Then I started meeting all these people through that community, then Curly Chris's community, and then Raj Patel community, just kind of spirals and spirals. And then hanging out in Discords, people, it actually started, like I said, talking real weird in the chat. When I got
Okay.
invited to hang out offline in someone's community, then they happen to be part of a community themselves. And then I met all these other streamers. And then I started collaborating with people with my weird game show ideas or competitions. And it just keeps spiraling and spiraling. You just meet more and more people. And it's just been super fun in that sense. I really didn't stream much until probably last November. But I guess, yeah, last November is when I said maybe this is something I could do. Or was it October? Maybe it was October. Yeah, it was October, right?
Yeah.
October. It was October. And then monetarily it was doing well. But it's actually all going to my mother still until I hit the goal. Living outside my means now.
What's your goal?
20 grand for my mother to move to Japan.
Oh, okay. You trying to
So
make that through
raising that.
Twitch? Has
Yeah,
there
yeah,
been any
make that
success?
first. Yeah, we're already past the halfway mark. We hit that last week. Kind of crazy. I think I started it in November, but I still only stream like twice a week or something.
Right.
Still doing whatever side stuff. And hit that mark, then I'll start, I guess, taking it for myself. But yeah, we're getting close. It's been unreal, actually, how supportive. But yeah, it seems a lot more inviolable. But this backpack costs 2 grand, which got sponsored. Thanks so much. But then it's 600 to run per month. And the days the data doesn't work, you can't make any money or do anything. And then the cost of Airbnb, still paying for rent at home, across seas. And then the cost of going to places in Japan is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little rough, but it's been great. Super supportive. It's been wild. Some of the donations are insane.
Well, yeah, let me ask
But,
you about that.
yeah.
What are things you know that people give, or when? Is there anything in particular you know? Oh, I definitely am going to get a donation for doing blah, or whatever it
Mm,
is in particular. Because what I've noticed, at least people who donate, it's like, hey, give me $5 and I'll show you my goofy face, or some bullshit like that.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Is
mine
it
was
really
more
just
set up
bullshit like that?
sometimes, but
Sometimes.
mine was interactive with the shows, right? So if you do this, this will happen on the show. But here it might be like, here's a sub goal and I'll wear something crazy. Or here's a goal and I'll eat something crazy, right? Or some people just like to make a soundtrack to your stream. Like you're in a
Okay.
nice area and they want to add music to the stream itself. Like they help out the environment, the cadence of it, right?
Right, right.
There's stuff like that, but there's also challenges. You have like spin the wheel for $5, and I have to do something that lands on the wheel. Um,
Is any of it
many.
self-harm? Because I know you can't do that on Twitch now.
What's the self harm?
Well, because, before I was talking to one of my other streamers, Brandon Leone. I don't know if you know him, friend of
Mm-hmm.
Milky
I
Puff.
think yeah.
He was telling me that you can't actually do, like, I'll drink a shot if you give me $5 or something.
No drinking. No
Just
drinking.
no drinking.
Donuts.
Okay, everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, let's say eat a
Everything else.
cockroach, $5.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
edible. It's good for you. Tastes great. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no problem. Or like something super spicy. Super spices happen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Someone paid for the world's spiciest curry in Ikebukuro for me,
Huh.
and it was one of the worst experiences ever. It's $30. The people that work there said they don't eat it themselves, so that was a sign.
All right.
I was crying on
Yeah.
stream.
JM Classic Paragon says smoke weed in Japan for $10.
Yeah, get
Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want
ordered
to get
for
caught.
life for $10.
Yeah.
They do have CBD now, though.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Things are weird here in Japan about the wacky tobacco. Or I guess you don't call it that. What do you call it? I don't know. Mowing the lawn. Going
Who
to
the hell?
places
That's
that sell. I know all the key phrases. I shouldn't.
Okay, yeah.
But JM Classic Paragon says, would you collaborate with the Tikio Sam, Mr. Jones?
Oh, I love Tikio. I've been watching him for a while on YouTube. Yeah, big fan of Tikio.
Okay.
Yeah. I know he's divisive. Some people
collaborate.
hate him, some
$10.
Yeah. Goal. Or
Yeah,
there
goal.
has been stuff like goal, like fly somewhere, have a goal, and then match it. You got to go do it. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. It's very interactive in that sense.
Huh.
So a lot of this stuff does cost money to go, like a lot of places.
Yeah, it does. I mean, probably not even worth like $5 just to have somebody give you a donation, or maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it depends. Like subs, right? You get half of it, then you got to pay taxes. What do you even end up with? Who the hell knows, right?
Yeah,
donos, then you have the PayPal fee, then taxes. But in the end, it's so fun. I mean, it's in the end, like it's so interesting. Like when I first started, I'm like, I would never sub or donate. Are you kidding me? It's just free, but it's like so support. I've donated, I've subbed.
You gave out to the community, right?
Yeah, it's just I get it now. It is tough as a streamer. Like you start understanding it, especially when you try to pursue it as a living. It is such an up and down. There's nothing consistent. And then some people really do make you feel better and taking you places. And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna help this person out.
Huh. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but what's the highest you've donated?
I've donated?
Yeah. I've only the highest I've donated is like $1, but maybe I need to watch more people and be more altruistic, really, especially if I'm going to be getting into the game.
See, you just took away altruism, right? You can never be fully altruistic. Expect something back.
Is that true?
Oh, that's what they say, right? Man, what's the most?
Know. I can't remember.
Well, someone. It kind of goes back and forth. It's probably been like someone who's donated to me, maybe $69.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're talking like over $20.
Yeah, 50, 69, something like that. Yeah.
Huh. Well, it's like, what's the most you've ever seen donated via stream? I mean, like a stream you've watched, not one like I heard through YouTube or I heard through a guy who donated 1,000. I mean, like when you were watching and you're like, holy fucking shit, that guy just gave me $1,000.
Man, that I've watched someone get.
Yeah. I mean, I know it happens, but I want to see something that somebody can clarify that they saw it in the wild.
Through a stream collectively with like subs and donos and like game show interactive. Okay, like I don't know, like
Tanga.
Kick someone off a podcast or something like that, or mute someone. I've seen probably like 10 grand happen on a show. Not mine, but I've seen it.
Wow, 10 grand just to mute somebody. Huh.
Or just like, no, they kick on and off and give subs over and over and kick someone and bring them back and like,
Huh?
over and
Yeah, that'll
over.
do it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that stuff especially gets annoying.
Yeah. I
I,
am
I
Tang.
know
I
as
actually
a
owe
yeah.
Good Guy When I owe him a Tanga. I have the show coming out the closet where you guess guests outfit costs. And Good Guy When I owe him a Tanga with my signature is the prize.
Huh. So
Yeah,
doing
he's in
kind
the
of
show.
game shows really does kind of help. It gives people kind of incentives to join the stream and
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's crazy how you can be so interactive with it. Everyone joins the stream. You don't have to be there physically in person, like game shows on Boomer Cable.
okay, what's
Yeah,
boomer? Oh, you just mean like as in like baby boomer?
nobody
Yeah,
watches TV anymore. You know what I mean? Get out of here with that stuff. Internet's taking over
yeah,
with that. So yeah,
that's true. I mean, TV is just mostly commercials nowadays, anyway. Well,
yeah.
let me ask you this. Well, I guess probably a lot of people are maybe curious about this. How do you run across sponsors? Is it the same way that like you run across them on YouTube? They just randomly message you and like, "Hey, I see you got numbers. Would you
For the
like to?"
most part,
That's it.
um,
All right.
random DMs, emails, but also
Random
if you get
DMs. All right.
word, if you get word, you can solicit too. You can definitely solicit if you know you have a certain amount of numbers, and you
Okay.
heard this person does sponsorships for this. You can do that. So like
So
my
you can kind of
backpack and
solicit
data.
yourself. You're like, I get
Yeah,
over 10,000 downloads, and I
yeah,
can say your name for this much money or something.
yeah. So like
Oh, okay.
the data
I learned
and
something.
some of the backpack stuff. I heard you can start getting sponsorships if you have over 10,000 followers and maybe get half off all that stuff. I'm nowhere near that, but um, stuff like that. Once you start finding out, you could start looking around possibly and solicit a little bit because it's still newer. It's not like huge and saturated like YouTube. And then you have to like
Hmm.
put their logo in the corner, like sponsored by, or put it in your bio, or just just have their logo flashing in the corner, stuff
Hmm.
like that. But yeah, for the most part, sitting around, seeing how the emails look, checking your spam folder, stuff like that.
Would you say? I mean, I'm not really talking to the chat because one, I hate it when I listen to shows on podcast where they're
Mhm.
interacting with the chat, and it doesn't feel like I'm a part of being in the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it seems like interacting with the chat is like it's pretty much essential to like growing a Twitch channel. Would you say that?
Mhm. Interacting with chat.
Yeah.
There's so many factors, right? First, I would say is ideas and creativity. Even
Okay.
before that, I guess would be intangibles, right? Are you okay on camera, talking, speaking? Um, the way you look, who knows? The sound of your voice, right? Intangibles, stuff that you can't really calculate, even though maybe there's algorithms for all of it now.
Mhm.
Probably there is, right? Google probably has it.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, I just got a buzz. I don't know who that was, but thank
there we
you.
go. There we go.
I don't know if they followed or what.
Interact with them. What's their name? Call
Yeah,
them
what's their name? Say something in the chat.
ASMR them.
Yeah, I'll ASMR you for free.
Brandon
Oh,
Oni's here.
Brandon
There
the
you go.
Oni. He's in the house. Thanks,
Yeah,
Brandon.
there we
Thanks
go.
for following the show.
Yeah. Um,
Hopefully, we can
wait, is
get Milky
Tikio?
Puff on the show at some point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, does Tikio actually have a Hanshin Tigers bandana?
Maybe he does. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Um,
Mm,
I don't think you're stealing his thunder.
okay.
He didn't start the bandana craze. He
Got a
always
lot of
says he
thunder.
starts all this goddamn shit. Like he says like I started the J vlogging tag. Like who cares? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he
then
was one of
again,
the original. He
there
was one
are
of the first people.
there are people that like say this person coined the phrase J vlogger, and and they get
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
put in Wikipedia or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
It's tough. I don't know. I've seen some things I like maybe started and then like it exploded, but I'm just like, oh shit, what am I supposed to do?
right, right.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so
bandanas is merch. Okay, cool.
yeah, you can make your own bandana merch. Are you actually interested? Is that something you're interested in pursuing? Making a merch store?
I was supposed to do it a while ago. I was gonna have like a joke within my community, and my co-host smacked. We have this thing about know your body or like know my body, and then we're just gonna be like know my shrimp and have like a shrimp depicted as a penis, as the joke with Asian penis,
Hmm.
stuff like that. Know my mod, and just like the jokes within the stream on shirts. People have told me to do bandana one with my logo. Maybe do a lot of goggles, something like that. But who knows? Like you have to be big time. You don't want to like sitting around. Like there's made to order, sure, but I
Yeah.
just feel weird unless you're like you're big time, you know?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, one of these things I actually don't really like about merch is sometimes it kind of seems like too much of an inside joke. It's
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
don't know if you've ever heard like an inside joke that's like funny to five people. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Kind of that. Like I
like
do maybe like a waifu pillow with my
yeah,
face on it
that's
or something.
easy for people to relate to. I mean, people know what
Yeah,
waifu is, but
yeah, yeah.
it's sort of like I don't know if you ever saw the movie Cabin Fever.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that scene with like the pancakes kid. Do you remember that?
No
There's
pancakes, kid.
there's a scene where like I forgot exactly what happens, but there's a scene where a couple of the teenagers they're about to go into the woods to sleep in a
Yeah,
cabin, and then there's this kid with long blonde hair, and he's like pancakes, and then he runs out and he does like karate moves and he tries to beat up the teenage kids or something, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
what? And I'm like, is this like some inside joke that's only funny with like if you were there at that particular moment, but you weren't there at that moment, so you have no frame of reference
Mm,
about why it's funny or why
yeah,
it's important. So I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like I don't know if I really like the idea of having merch that's idiosyncratic, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it is
That's
a
like the
good way
only
to grow
kind I
brand.
want though. That's my problem. That's my problem. It's the only kind I'd want. Wasn't there a
Yeah,
scene in that movie where like this might have been the first time where like the girl put a finger in the dude's poo hole or something?
yeah, that's the movie. Yep,
Okay,
that's the
okay.
one.
That's basically the only scene I remember, yeah. I'm not even joking. I just
That's the
remember
only
it
scene
like
you
very
need to remember.
yeah, yeah. I remember it's very vivid to me. Like, wow, this is happening. You know,
Yeah,
that movie's old too, so it was like kind of a new thing. Now it just seems to be normal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Good
Um,
scene.
All right, Andy. I think I probably should wrap this up. Got to start
All
work
right.
soon.
Yeah, good way to end it there. Yeah.
Yeah, on Cabin Fever. There you go.
Yeah.
That movie's so dated. You should watch it. Uh,
Yeah.
I was watching what was it? Review by Red Letter Media. They reviewed that movie,
Mhm.
and yeah, it doesn't hold up so well, or maybe it
Oops.
does. I was watching
Yeah.
another YouTube video because I've been stuck inside, talking about how
Mhm.
comedy really just doesn't age well. Like
Yeah,
there's
there's always
certain like
different
jokes
eras.
that are only funny at the time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
nobody's
yeah.
gonna get I don't know what's a joke nobody's gonna get. Like for example, the movie Airplane. If you've ever seen
Mhm.
that, like I
Old
didn't
school,
even
yeah.
know Airplane was a spoof of like a movie called Airport.
Yeah, yeah. Uh but yeah, it's like a lot of jokes will be current times, right? Like every president is a joke of like some big cultural movie at the time, and then it's like, well, if you don't know that era, and then there's like a slapstick era, then it changes back to like sarcasm, and then it changes back to self-deprecation. Then there's like a lot of eras change. You know, remember like the Jim Carrey days? Like that was like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole era in itself. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So yeah, I don't kind of hesitant about like making comedy. Well, then again, I guess that's not just comedy though. I mean, there's some like stories that you have to think about when it came out sometimes. Like you read them, you're like, why the hell are they talking about that?
Hmm.
Or
Hmm.
I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but I have to think about them. Anyway, anything you want to say before we go?
Shout out to Slurp Gang for being here. I'm about to go out and stream and see if it works and have a good old time. Hope to see you soon IRL when all this blows over, and hopefully
Nice.
go on a double date with
I'll
your
what is it?
waifu.
I'll host your channel
Yeah, sure, sure.
while you start that.
All right, thank you, thank you.
Um,
And yeah, catch you soon. But like I
yeah,
said, for the waifu, hopefully double date with you soon.
yeah. If you could tell people to go follow the show. Wink,
Hi,
wink.
hi.
Nudge, nudge. Chat.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Bye.
5 stars. iTunes.
I
uh,
see. Okay.
Patreon. No, I don't. I don't really have a Patreon. I don't
Hmm.
want to push that unless like I have something legit on it. But
Hi, hi.
um, yeah, I'll look into getting more guests, and I'll hit you up in the DMs about who will be the next guest in the show or where I'll
Let
go.
me get you on shows too. Let me get
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on
no,
some.
I'm up for that.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
I want to thank you for coming here this early morning.
Yeah.
I'd love to do this IRL, but just I would never hear the end
We
of it.
will eventually. We will
Yeah,
eventually.
hopefully. Because you'll be
Yeah.
back several times to the Japans.
Yeah, or I
right?
might be stuck here. I don't know.
Really? You don't think you can get a flight back?
There's rumors saying if you're here, it might be a long time till going.
Isn't there like a quarantine day period or something?
Yeah, but there might be a total shutdown soon. Who knows? Who knows?
Huh.
Rumors every day.
Well, I mean, I made a podcast about this, which I haven't edited and put up because I'm lazy and I'm working from home. And working from home is making me increasingly lazier. It's like, oh, it's in 10 minutes. I'll just, I'll watch this YouTube video. That's in 10 minutes. I'll make a sandwich. It's fine. It's whatevs.
All your vices are everywhere at all times.
Yeah, I know. That's, you really got to have, like, a lot of self-control. I'm noticing this about myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah. If you're not followed already, follow. Let's see. How do I end the show? Oh, okay. I have to
There
think
you go.
about
Yeah,
these
stop
things.
stream. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I like this. I have this new way that I'm ending it. So
Oh, okay,
people are either gonna
an
love
outro
it or they're gonna hate it. But it makes no sense out of context. But that's okay.
Hey,
like I said,
that's
going
good,
back
too.
to the humor shit that I hate, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm Radri.
Arigatod for having me. I'm gonna start drinking 9%ers on stream. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
So I'm Radri and
And
no, and like who's in the stream? It's me and
Japandy Jones this. Hi, arigatod. Thank you very much.
yeah, and hey, Japandy.
Hi.
Jesus, man.